Look, there are many issues with this movie, but there is one issue that set this thing up for failure before it even began filming. Today, I want to talk about Halloween Resurrection's biggest mistake. Hey, what's up everybody? Nick here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Halloween Resurrection. Now, if you're a Halloween Resurrection truther, don't get too excited, because I don't have good things to say about it. But that's nothing new. You've heard me talk about this movie on my channel quite a bit, and you know I'm not a fan. Now, I will say in fairness, when I was in my early teens, I didn't mind this movie. I knew it wasn't good, but I was like, you know what, whatever, it's more Michael Myers, it's more Halloween, I'll take it. As I've gotten older though, I really don't like it. It is the only movie in the Halloween franchise that when I'm doing my yearly watch of the franchise, half the time I skip, if not more than half the time. I just think it's the only one that doesn't at all feel or look or just give me the impression of a Halloween movie. Now, I could spend 20 minutes giving you a long list of reasons why I don't think Halloween Resurrection is a good movie. That's not really the point of this video. The point of this video is to point out the biggest mistake with Halloween Resurrection. And a lot of it isn't even the film's fault. See, this movie was set up for failure before they even started rolling cameras. And why is that? Well, because Halloween H2O was never intended to actually be the last Halloween movie, or even the last Halloween movie in that timeline. Nope, they knew they were going to make another one. That was known in 1998. They knew well in advance they were going to give us some BS explanation for what the ending of H2O actually was, and we were going to get a sequel. And that, in and of itself, is the biggest mistake with Halloween Resurrection. So I guess you could say the biggest mistake for Halloween Resurrection is that it exists. Now, I don't want to be that harsh, but it's kind of true. Look, Halloween H2O's ending, I don't have to tell you guys, was huge. It was a big deal. That should have been the end. Laurie Strode finally defeated her boogeyman, her brother, after 20 years of hiding from him. They come face to face. It's this catharsis, this release, with Laurie Strode, with the audience, and with Michael Myers, just, in dying. So to undermine that ending, simply just because you knew that was going to make money and you wanted to make another sequel, is honestly ridiculous. I mean, it's no different if they had done the same thing with Halloween Ends. Now, whether you liked or hated Halloween Ends, that's irrelevant. That ending seemed very final. How would you explain away a sequel to that? If they'd come back a couple years later and gone, just kidding, here's why, it immediately sets that next movie off on the wrong foot. And the decision to do what they did had a cascading effect for everything else that would come in Halloween Resurrection. Sure, I have issues with 90% of this movie. Actually, 99% of it. I don't find the stuff in the house to be compelling at all. I don't like the characters. I don't think there is a fall vibe whatsoever. I think the kills suck. I think Myers sucks. There's just so much about it I don't like. But because of the decision that they made to make a sequel in the first place and explain away what happened in H2O, it even gives what's supposed to be the strongest part of the movie, the opening, garbage as well. And why is that? Well, because one, we see our heroine that was supposed to have finally gotten the best of Michael Myers in the last movie, just basically comatose in an institution now. She's basically just waiting for death. And after seeing Laurie Strode fight back and be the Laurie Strode she was in the last movie, that's just a slap in the face to that character. Oh yeah, you had such growth. We went on this journey with you for over 20 years, and now, yeah, whatever, you're just kind of throwaway. That is honestly disgraceful. But then, what Laurie Strode does in that opening is eye-rolling, mind-numbingly infuriating. Look, even the people that don't like Resurrection will give a pass to the opening, and they'll say, well, at least the opening was good. I call bullshit on that. No, it wasn't. Just having Jamie Lee Curtis in the opening as Laurie Strode does not make this a good opening. Not only do I have an issue of where our character is now, but when they get to the rooftop, Laurie was just being chased by Myers. He broke into her room. He was right behind her. There is no possible way it's going to be anybody but Michael Myers. It's literally not even 5 seconds from when she gets on the roof to when he opens the door in the full garb, mask, you name it, ready to kill her. She snares him in a trap because I guess I'll give them a little bit of credit, Laurie kind of thought he was going to come for her, so she had that ready to go. I'll give them credit there. But when she has him in that trap and she approaches him to take his mask off because she needs to be sure, What? 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 Now, before somebody fires back at me with, well, yeah, the end of H2O would have really traumatized her. That doesn't apply here. This is clearly Michael Myers. She knows it's clearly Michael Myers. Even then, she saw his face for a split second 20 plus years ago. She's gonna recognize this guy? I mean, what are we talking about here? But that's beside the point. It's clearly Myers. She knows that. We know that. Myers knows that she knows that. It is so obvious. Like, it's not like H2O, where you could try to give me some BS explanation like, oh, when Michael was coming up the flight of stairs, in that 5 seconds, he attacked a security guard and like switched outfits. Come on, dude. There was not enough time for that. So what that does is, not only is it stupid, it makes our character stupid. It makes Laurie Strode seem dumb. It makes the character from the 1978 original, the heroine, the one we love, the Scream Queen, the one that finally knocked her brother down in the last movie, look like a complete buffoon. And why? Because of that, she gets wasted in a super unceremonious way, in a way that just never sat right with me. And then she gives him a weird kiss on the mask, and she's just like, let me fall backwards in like CGI monstrosity mode. Like, it's bad. Like, all of that is bad. But honestly, Resurrection was set up to fail. Because the fact that Trancas knew we're going to make another one, and we have to explain this, I don't know how you could have made that passable. I don't think you could have. I think the answer was just to end it with H2O. Come back in 2007 with Rob Zombie's remake. That's totally fine. Come back and do the Legacy sequel trilogy. Like, that's fine. But H2O should have been it. Because it starts this movie off on the wrong foot and it never recovers. What is supposed to be the strongest portion of the movie, because we're getting Laurie and Michael face to face again, we're getting Jamie Lee Curtis, is honestly insulting. It's stupefying. And from that abomination forward, it's just a train wreck, continuing to go slowly and slowly and slowly down the hill until it explodes and everybody on board dies. That's the experience of watching Halloween Resurrection. I don't know how else to put it. That's how I feel. Now, I understand that people say all the time that they can separate, it's kind of bad, but whatever. It's Michael Myers. It's a fun mid-2000s slasher movie. Whatever. I won't hate on you for that. The point of this video is to say the biggest mistake for Halloween Resurrection was making a sequel to Halloween H2O. It was doing what they did to the character of Laurie Strode. It was continuing this in any way whatsoever. It was awful. All of it. There was no redeeming quality whatsoever. I wish I could sit here and tell you yeah, but I do like Harold. But that's it. Everything else, just garbage. So yeah, Resurrection, I guess if you really want to simplify it, its biggest mistake was being made in the first place. But I don't want to oversimplify it, but it kind of is. But I'll get a little more specific with it and say that its biggest mistake really, at the end of the day, was how it treated the character of Laurie Strode, how it closed her arc, and what that did for the arc of the previous movies, for the entire franchise, and for moving forward in this movie. Because guess what? That's the first act of an hour-and-a-half movie. You still got plenty of shit to shovel through. Now, if you're a Halloween Resurrection fan, you're probably pissed. You're probably like, oh my God, why? Why do you have to just hate on Resurrection so much? In fairness, I haven't made a video on Resurrection in a while. Sure, I do give passing mentions to the movie quite a bit, but that's because I don't like it. But I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, because I like bad movies. I'll admit that. I'm just so frustrated still, nearly 25 years later, at this one mistake. It exists, but I don't know. That's just my rant on this. I felt compelled to do this. I didn't even think of this video. I was sitting on my couch and I was like, God, I hate you, Halloween Resurrection. And it just birthed this idea for a video, and I was like, I'm going to do it. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree that the biggest mistake of Halloween Resurrection, again, I won't oversimplify it. I'm not just going to say just that it exists. I'm doing that to be funny. But that the biggest mistake really is what they did to the character of Laurie Strode. I think it is. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. So sound off in the comment section below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out.